Dear viewers, welcome to our channel GVS Bank Academy. Today I am going to discuss about the CAB BFM Bank Financial Management memory based record questions of previous examinations. So this is part 3. Already we had uploaded part 1 and part 2. Banks are using stress testing techniques. What is the advantage of stress testing techniques? Now, the banks are doing stress testing. The outcome should be used to identify and quantify sources of potential liquidity problems. Because of these stress testing techniques, what is the impact on potential liquidity problems in the banking? And it has to explain possible impact on the bank's cash flows. In future, cash flows, how it is going to affect. In the future, what is the liquidity position and what is the profitability and solvency of the banking organization. So, stress testing, by taking some negative factors, banks are calculating stress testing from, as per RBI directions, all banks are calculating stress testing. And they have to, after conducting of stress testing, bank has to analyze the impact of the stress testing on the future cash flows, liquidity position of the bank, profitability and solvency. Almost this is a repeated question. Now, question number 52, credit conversion factors. At the time of calculation of risk-weighted assets, off-balance sheet items of the bank are going to be converted into on-balance sheet for CRA, capital to risk-weighted purpose. Now, how we are going to, what conversion factors we are using? This. Undrawn or unavailed cash credit limit is there. The applicable credit conversion factor is 20%. Term loan undrawn limit up to 1 year, 20%. Term loan undrawn portion beyond 1 year, 50% is the conversion factor you have to apply for calculation of CRA, risk weighted assets. From off balance sheet to on balance sheet. From off balance sheet means balance sheet schedule number 12. That is off balance sheet items. From off balance sheet to on balance sheet. On balance sheet, following credit conversion factors we are using under standardized approach of credit risk assessment model. As for RBI directions, we are using this. It is a financial guarantee. Credit conversion factor is 100%. It is a deferred payment guarantee, 100%. For all the purposes, deferred payment guarantee is also financial guarantee. Performance guarantee, credit conversion factor is 50%. Standby letter of credit, 100%. Documentary letter of credit, 20%. By applying these credit conversion factors, we are converting the off-balance sheet items from the schedule number 12 of the bank balance sheet to on-balance sheet schedule number 9. Schedule number 9. Advances. Schedule number 9, we are converting the off-balance sheet items from schedule number 12 to schedule number 9, that is advances. This is about credit conversion factors. Very important for the risk-weighted calculation also. Basel III has introduced two additional capital buffers. Basel III introduced two additional capital buffers. These are the changes introduced under Basel III. Capital buffers. One is capital conservation buffer. This is mandatory for all banks. As for this capital conservation buffer, in India, RBI insisted 2.5% of risk-weighted assets bank has to create in the form of common equity tier 1 capital. This is mandatory for all. Counter cyclical capital buffer. Both are buffers, capital buffers. Counter cyclical capital buffer. This is not mandatory. This is optional. And so far in India it was not implemented. For the current year also, recently RBI has given a direction. For the current year, this is not required to create this buffer. Counter cyclical capital buffer. When the banks have to create this buffer, whenever there is a excessive credit growth is there in the banking system, at that time only Reserve Bank of India is going to implement and introduce in India. If it is going to implement and introduce in India, the range of this counter cyclical capital buffer start from 0% to 2.5% of risk-weighted assets in the form of common equity. This is about the two additional capital buffers. 54. To trigger the limit or say maximum loss in a portfolio because of adverse movements, that is loss, stop loss limits. In the treasury, all the dealers has to follow stop loss limits given by the management in the treasury or investment policy, because each and every investment they will give the stop loss limits. Within that they have to book the stop loss, that is called stop loss limits. This is not a static tool, this is going on changing. So all the investments within the stop loss limits, they have to trigger the limits, say maximum loss limit for adverse movement. Whenever there is adverse movement of rates are there, normally investment prices are going to be fall. At that time, they have to follow the stop loss limit and cut the loss or book the loss. That is called stop loss limit or cut loss limits. This is they have to follow this, and this was given in the investment policy of the respective bank. Question number 54. Question number 55. Risk adjusted return on capital, RAROC. Risk adjusted return on capital, RAROC allows one to compare, it will compare two business units investments. If you are going to invest in the banking, it will compare two probable positions. Two investments are one investment, one advance. So volatility of return, probability from two investment activities. The key factor, under RAROC or most reliable tool is the investment decision is RAROC. At the time of investing, either in the treasury or in the advances also, the bank management has to follow the RAROC. Normally, in each and every bank, it is going to be decided by the top management, and it will mention in the loan policy of the bank. Higher the ROROC means, it is higher the ROROC means it is more than the cost of capital of the bank. More than cost of capital. Higher the ROROC means higher is the reward expectation from the investor. So when any investment or advance, ROROC is higher, means bank is getting more reward or more profit from the investment angle. That is called risk adjusted return on capital. Financial Benchmark India Limited, promoted by, this is very recent means 5 or 6 years is there, promoted by FIMADA, Fixed Income Money Market Derivatives Association, FEDI, Foreign Exchange Dealers Association, and IBA. All the three organizations jointly promoted the Financial Benchmark India Limited. Why it was promoted? This is the answer. Administering independent benchmarks. Whatever the rates of interest are there, it is going independently declaring this rate of interest. What rate of interest it is declaring? Overnight Mumbai Interbank offer rate. Overnight Mumbai Interbank offer rate, interest rate, computed by Financial Benchmark of India and declared it every day, every working day, 11 hours 45 minutes. MIBOR, overnight MIBOR, every day it will calculate working day, administering independent benchmarks and declare 11.5. It is also declaring forex rates, foreign exchange rates, every day at 1:30 p.m. For the INR versus US dollar, every day it will give the rates. That is called foreign exchange rates also at 1:30 p.m. INR versus dollar. This is going to declare because independently this is monitoring the things. So that's why they had established for administrating independent benchmarks. This is 15.6. Now, 57. Among interest rate risk management techniques, one is static simulation and other one is dynamic simulation. At the time of analysis of the interest rate risk management, static means one tool only, one item, one variable only we are using. Any one variable. But under dynamic situation, dynamic simulation, not one variable. We are going for 3, 4, 5 various things, various items we are going to analyze and take a suitable decision based on that 5 or 6 variables. Under static only one, under dynamic more than one variables we are going to take into analysis of the interest rate risk management. This is the thing. Question number 58. Apart from testing, banks are conducting stress testing and scenario analysis. Which test is done? Back testing. Along with stress testing and scenario analysis, various scenario analysis, banks are also conducting test testing, back testing. Back testing means comparison of the actual results after end of the quarter or end of the financial year. Back testing means comparison of the actual result with test testing and scenario analysis results, and they will observe any deviation is there between actual versus test testing results or scenario analysis results. This is called back testing. Question number 58. Question number 59, very important. 5 marks question they are asking in the ABM and BFM also. Sometimes they are asking BFM, sometimes they are asking ABM. CRR calculation or SLR calculation. Cash reserve ratio calculation or SLR, statutory liquidity ratio calculation. What is the, at the time of calculation of NDTL, net demand and time liability of the bank for CRR and SLR purpose, the following things you have to exclude. What are there? Paid up capital of the bank, excluded. Paid up capital, reserves, retained profits, rediscounting of bills with RBI, discounting of bills with RBI at bank rate, refinance availed from RBI, SIDBI, NABARD, NHB or Exim Bank. Any refinance that is going to be excluded. Tripartite repo borrowing. Any of the bank is borrowing under tripartite repo which is operating by Clearing Corporation of India. That is also exempted. Claims received from Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation. Claims received from ECGC. Any amount received from court. Interbank term deposits. Interbank, one bank to another bank. Maturity to 15 days to 1 year. These items at the time of calculation of bank's net demand and time liabilities, these items are going to be excluded. So 5 marks question, it is 1 mark we are discussing. Based on this information, they are asking CRR calculation 5 marks or SLR calculation. This is NDTL. American option, question number 60. American option can be exercised on any day during the period of the option contract. During the period of the contract, any day, the option buyer, option seller can exercise the thing. That is the American option. Risk is more. European option can be exercised on the date of expiry of the option. On the date of expiry only, the option contract is going to be exercised. In India, presently, we are following both. Earlier, we are following European option. Presently, we are following European as well as American option system. Now, 62. Object of loan review mechanism. In the name itself, loan review. What is the object of loan review? Whenever you are doing a loan review mechanism in advances, now we are assessing the credit risk involved in that proposal. Credit risk management, what are the risks are there? That risks are going to be rectified. And this is an effective tool for constantly evaluating the quality of the loan advances. So, not a dynamic, it is a dynamic one. Continuously at a periodical interval, we are reviewing the quality of the loan advances and bringing any qualitative improvements required in the processing and monitoring of advances and credit administration. This is called objective of loan review mechanism. Main is qualitative improvements, quality of the advances improvement purpose only this was introduced. All banks are following this one. This is RBI directive. ALM, asset liability management. What are the buckets are there? ALM mein, how many buckets are there presently? 10 buckets are there. What is the period? 1 day. 1 day, 2 to 7 days, 8 to 14 days, and 15 days to 30 days. This is the very important and crucial buckets. 1 to 30 days. Because any liquidity problem is there in a bank, management of liquidity 1 to 30 days is very difficult. If any bank has managed the liquidity 1 to 30 days, automatically it is going to control the liquidity position. That's why 1 to 30 days liquidity management under Basel III, we had introduced liquidity coverage ratio. 1 to 30 days liquidity management is called as LCR, liquidity coverage ratio 1 to 30 calendar days. Present liquidity LCR is requirement is 100% for banks. Means whatever the payments are there during 1 to 30 days, the bank has to maintain 100% liquidity position, 100% high quality liquid assets. Then next bucket 31 to 2 months, 2 months to 3 months, 3 months to 1 year. So 31 to 2, 2 to 3 months, 3 to 1 year. This is after 1 to 30 days. Important buckets are 31 days to 1 year. These 3 buckets are also very important. First 70-80% is 1 to 30 days buckets are important. Then afterwards 31 to 1 year buckets are 30 to 40% equivalent important. Because as of today, liquidity is very dangerous situation in the banking industry. Liquidity management. That's why under Basel III, they had introduced up to 1 year liquidity management, net stable funding ratio. So net stable funding ratio is talk to liquidity management up to 1 year. LCR 30 days. Net stable funding ratio up to 1 year. Net stable funding ratio so far not implemented. As of today, the tentative date for implementation of net stable funding ratio is 1st October 2021. Then afterwards, 1 year to 3 years, 3 years to 5 years, and 5 years above. These are the 10 buckets are there. Out of that 1 day to 30 days liquidity coverage ratio, 31 days to 1 year net stable funding ratio. So both the things, both the 1 to 1 year buckets, the 7 buckets are very, very important in the banking industry for liquidity management. Now 64 credit derivatives. Derivatives, credit derivatives. To objective of credit derivative is to manage the credit risk in advances. Banks, financial institutions, they are dealing, purchasing credit derivatives. It helps the issuer, means banker, to diversify the credit risk in advances. Credit risk means default risk. Banks are, by taking the credit derivatives, banks are diversifying their credit risk to others in advances or bonds, investments. That's why banks are taking credit derivatives in advances or in investments to avoid the default risk, credit risk, and they want to, with a special purpose, to use more capital efficiently. Now, whenever any bank is purchased the credit derivative against the underlying asset or against the underlying investment, banks need not maintain capital. Against any advance, any credit or any investment, if any bank has undertaken credit derivatives against that loan or against that bond, the bank is not required to maintain the capital or capital adequacy. That's why this is there. The CDs are transferable instruments. This is a difficult question, but this banking book and trading book. This is a common question, but difficult to understand this question. Each and every examination they are asking what is meant by banking book and a trading book. Normally, banking book means all advances are there in our banking in our banking book. What is meant by banking book? The advances are investments are continued till its maturity. That is called banking book. All advances, permanent securities means almost SLR securities or government of India securities are going to be parked in banking book. So the main advantage in the banking book means we need not calculate market to market or revaluations. Day to day revaluation is not required. That's why in India, in our banking industry, 99.9% of the assets are in banking book. 99.9% of our Indian banking industry assets are in banking book. Now coming to trading book. Trading book means objective is trading purpose. Mark to market has to be done regularly. Bank has to calculate on trading book positions. Mark to market valuation means latest to today's market rate they have to calculate. Any loss is there that they have to book to P&L. Trading book MTM loss they have to debit to P&L. MTM gain simply they have to ignore. And which type of risk is not directly involved? In the trading book, interest rate risk is not there. In the trading book, interest rate risk is not there. But in the banking book, interest rate risk is there. In the trading book, interest rate risk is not there. In the banking book, interest rate risk is there. So now all trading book means normally held for trading and available for sale securities are going to be parked. What type of bonds? Huh? Non-SLR investments, bonds, shares, debentures, huh? all are going to be parked under trading book and mark to market valuations are required. This is banking book and trading book. Transfer pricing is an integral part of ALM. It is integral part of asset liability management. The domain of bank's treasury. It is comes under bank's treasury. The transfer pricing refers each and every unit of the organization. The main object of transfer pricing in the banking particularly is to decide to determine each and every branch unit to decide whether it is profit making or it is loss making. That's why it is fixing through transfer pricing cost of resources means cost of deposits, return on advances, return on assets means return on advances. Accordingly, transfer pricing is fixed by treasury office. That is the transfer pricing. Now, this we had already discussed. Call risk. 68. Call risk arises. Call risk. Call risk arises due to crystallization of non-fund based limit into fund based limits. Crystallization means conversion of non-fund based limits means bank guarantee, letter of credit, acceptances, derivatives, converting the non-fund based limit into fund based limits on default. Crystallization of non-fund based means bank guarantee is there. Bank guarantee was devolved. Bank guarantee was involved. Letter of credit devolved. At that time, immediately bank has to honor the commitments. So that's why crystallization of any non-fund based limits lead to what type of risk? Call risk. Crystallization of any non-fund based limit into fund based limits leads to call risk. Means immediately you have to pay money. 69. In case of trade credit in import of capital goods or other than capital goods, what is the benchmark ceiling rate, cost in selling, LIBOR or any other benchmark rate plus 250 basis points spread. LIBOR plus 250 basis point or any other benchmark. 70. In case of ECB, external commercial borrowing, all-in cost ceiling per annum. All-in cost ceiling per annum is benchmark rate plus 450 basis points spread. So this is about external commercial borrowing. This is about trade credit. Question number 71. Agreements issued by ISDA, International Swaps and Derivatives Association. This is the Chicago. It is there situated in Chicago. And whenever Indian banks are dealing with derivatives, whenever Indian banks are taking any documentation in derivative transactions, presently we are using ISDA documentation. International Swaps and Derivatives Association document only. Indian banks are also using that. Whenever we are going to enter any derivative transaction, what type of instruments we are using, whatever the documents guidance issued by ISDA, International Swaps and Derivatives Association, that document we are taking. Question number 72. Back-to-back LC, letter of credit. Back-to-back letter of credit. Now, when an exporter is received a letter of credit, export letter of credit, but he is unable to export the commitment, at that time, he will request his bank to issue a local LC, domestic LC on the strength of export LC. That is called back-to-back LC. Back-to-back LC means when an exporter unable to meet the export obligations, number one. Number two, at that time, he will request his bank to issue a local LC against the security of export LC. That is back to back. Government securities market trading largely takes place. Where the Government of India security trading takes place, that is called NDSOM. Negotiated dealing, order matching, online trading, managed by CCL, Clearing Corporation of India, on behalf of Reserve Bank of India. So, government security trading taken by NDSOM, negotiate dealing system order matching online. This is online, managed by CCIL as per instruction on behalf of RBI. Now, 74. When a company is participating in international exhibition or trade fair, they are allowed to open foreign currency account during that period. During that exhibition or trade fairs, they are allowed to open current account, foreign currency account. After that, after completion, close of the trade fair or exhibition, within 1 month, they have to close the account. Whatever the account they had opened during exhibition or trade fair, they have to close within 30 days and they have to bring back the funds. That is called question number 74. Question number 75, CCL settlements, Clearing Corporation of India settlements. Whenever the trades are conducted by CCIL, Clearing Corporation of India, CCIL will become the central counterparty. This question they had asked in December 2020. Who is the central counterparty in government? Means CCIL. It means a mediator, exchange. CCIL become a central counterparty to both banks. One bank is borrowing, another bank is lending. Between the two, CCIL is acting a counterparty, taking precautions to trade the process of innovation. Innovation means contracts are going to be extended or changed. And DVP 3, delivery versus payment 3, is a settlement process. DVP 3 means funds are going to be settled netting basis. Securities are going to be traded netted. Settlement is netting. Both are netted. Delivery versus payment, netting. Both are on net basis. Now, question number 76. Cancellation of forward contract automatically. When a contract was booked by the party and it was already expired, due date is over, and party is not coming forward to cancel the contract, automatically banks are going to cancel all overdue forward contracts shall be cancelled on the third working day after maturity date. After maturity date, on the third working day, automatically banks are cancelling. Any profit is there because of this contract cancellation, banks are not going to give the profit to party. Any loss is there because of this cancellation, it is going to be debited to party account. This is a cancellation of contract. If party is not coming for cancellation, that is it. Then 77, derivatives that are not traded on exchange. So, non-exchange traded derivatives are forward contracts and swaps. Non-exchange traded derivative contracts. Forwards we can say first, that swaps also. Both are OTC, one-to-one contracts. Now, question number 78, economic equity ratio. Economic equity ratio. What is the formula? Economic equity ratio. Ratio of shareholder funds of the bank divided by total net worth. Shareholder funds means bank's own funds. Bank's own funds divided by total assets of the bank. Economic equity ratio. Higher ratio is the best. Ratio of shareholder funds to total assets. Higher the ratio means when compared to total assets, bank is maintaining more assets, more capital. That's why higher the ratio is best. Higher the economic equity ratio is best. Now, realization of export process by the exporter in India within. From the date of shipment, within how many days the party had to bring back the export realization had to be completed? 9 months. Presently, 9 months. So, all the export process has to be realized within 9 months from the date of shipment made. That is. Question number 80, the cash management bills. Sometimes RBI issuing the cash management bills on behalf of Government of India for its temporary mismatch of funds. It will be a non-standard. There is no standard for this. What are the standards are there? On the date of that auction, it will issue discounted instrument. The instruments are issued at discount On maturity, face value they are going to be paid. And what is the maturity? Maturity period is less than 91 days. So maximum cash management is issued up to 90 days. 91 days, why less than 91? 91 days means 91 days treasury bill is there. That's why 91, 182, 364 days are treasurable. Anything 91 days and above, they have to go for treasury bills issue. So anything less than 91 days, there is option to the RBI. It can issue on behalf of Government of India cash management bills. This is question number 80. This is the last question for today. Thank you very much for viewers. These are very, very important for your forthcoming examinations. So with this, I had uploaded 80 questions. 80 questions are very, very important for your examination preparation. My request to all, please go through these videos and wait for further videos. Thank you very much for your support extended. Now, we are also conducting JIB classes morning 6 to 8, evening CIB 7:30 to 9. Promotional exams also we are conducting at the request of the participant. Thank you very much for all.